Welcome to this full moon recognition reading with me, Sarahmony, from the Intuitive Gym. In this reading, we will look at 5 dimensions of recognition and soul satisfaction. And now I want you to tune into these 3 objects. Using your intuition, choose the one that you are most drawn to at this time, and then look below for the timestamps that I've posted so that you can just jump right ahead to the reading that belongs to you. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started with the star spice. As I tune into you, what I am noticing immediately is this sense that you have had a lot come up recently. And I want to let you know that everything that has come up is necessary and that it's okay. I'm getting the sense that absolutely everything that is coming up for you is part of this potpourri spice that you can keep together. And I want you to understand that there are parts of this nature that is coming up for you in your life right now that perhaps falls into these cracks and doesn't necessarily find its beautiful place where it's going to shine. And that's okay. Again, I assure you, your feelings, your senses are processing what you are here and you are capable of processing in order to bring about this spice, this beauty and this aroma that is either it's happening now, right? And it happens when you give up the need to compare your process or yourself to anyone else's perception. And I'm going to leave it at that for you. So I believe that truth is here for you to sink in and steep in knowing that your own inner essence is fully at work in the riches of what it is you are experiencing. So I bring to you now this full moon recognition. The sense of Virgo is here to show you and acknowledge and recognize your strength, your ability to move through this time that is both a new beginning, but also really a time of certain things have come to an ending, to a point of turning over a new page in your life. And this new page involves you really honoring the things that truly matter. And it may not be just what you would like it to be that would matter, but these are the things that you need to matter. And that is, having a safe foundation, a place of shelter. This is having your weapons at hand and protection. But also this sense of vulnerability and calmness, both feet planted firmly on the ground, and an access and perhaps even protecting this body of water, your emotions, your resources, the things that matter, right? And right now, under this full moon, I want to show you the aspect of your soul that is ready for growth. This is the aspect that you are receiving recognition for. And this is harmony. Bringing back to that one, there is a sense of harmony in the chaos, in the overwhelm. If you can see this image, this is a beautiful image from the Space Hubble telescope. And when we look deep into space, there are areas that are just so full of everything. And this everything, for some people, can really be chaotic, or it's just too much, or it's overwhelming, or it's just something that it's you get lost in the tornado of it all. But I want you to remember that when you pull back, you are someone who has the ability to show people the simplicity and the harmony and the balance of absolutely everything. It's a very beautiful thing. So now during this time, I want to show you this totem animal who is here to support you in your relationships. This is to positively influence your relationships. Gorgeous. Here we have the 9. 1s and 9s, my friend. Now, immediately what I'm getting from this is that this butterfly is here to remind you that you are both the butterfly. You have metamorphed in your life. You have a butterfly essence to you that has already transformed from your own past, that you've built upon, that you've evolved from. But you are still, okay, can you see this? You are still in touch with your larva, with your worm body. You're still in touch with the vulnerability of the flesh from where you came from, as well as others. So I want to remind you that right now, remember to respect that everyone in your life is in their own level of transformation. And your influence can be to acknowledge them where they are at. Not to put them down or to put them up, but to remind them that where they're at now is a beginning, is a new little caterpillar, and that where they are at is also already a butterfly from wherever they were at in their past. So there's this beautiful harmony from endings and beginnings, and that there is this ability for you to remember to fly up and stay high above some of the nitty-gritty problems that can make us feel trapped and lose track of our resources because we're not seeing the big picture. It's not always easy, so I want to show you this archetypal muscle that you can flex at this time. This is yours, Star Spice, because you need to remember that you have an inner strength that is beyond time and space, that's beyond your own judgment or your own self-perception. And this archetypal muscle that you have is Damara. And Damara, I mean seriously, all right? You have an inner child, like I was just saying, and you also influence the people around you, their inner child. It just doesn't even matter age, but the truth be told is that there are layers of us, all of us, in all nature, all animals, all plants, even businesses and corporations. Everything is evolving at all times, shedding the outer layers of that which has already come into fullness in order to make room then for the energy to continue growing and to come through. And I believe that this has so much about using your skills to open up and trust the new energies, the new voices, the things that want to come and be held and be seen and be heard. Beautiful flowers. All right. There's this soft gentleness that I'm seeing. And finally, I want to show you this crystal. This crystal is here to provide you with unconditional support. I want you to live in the present. Really open up to your heart chakra. Really open up to your heart chakra and let the essence of your love, your beauty, let the essence of your soul, let the essence of all of the things that you experience in your human life, but then also in your inner consciousness. Let them really just unfold and hold and support you in your awareness, realizing that your thoughts already hold the space for your dreams. You don't need to grab at them because they are already held. Your wings will support you no matter what. I'm really seeing that your natural wings will support you to go as far as you are supposed to go right now and no further. Okay? So there are certain things that are just part of this harmony. I'm seeing a lot of that for you right now. And so I want you at this time, in this Pisces season, but in this full moon of Virgo, to recognize the beauty of everything that you have done and everything that you know and all that you are. Thank you so very much for being with me here at this time. And I wish you the very best in this monthly reading for soul satisfaction. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you've been posting on these videos. I'm really excited to see where we're going and to make these connections with you. As I'm tuning into you, one of the first things that I'm getting is that there is something that you are aware of that is, it's not something that's easy for you to access freely, in the sense that you can just do what you want with it. What I'm getting is that there is something in your awareness or your consciousness that is for you to recognize is very similar to this fossil, in that it is what it is already, it's preserved, and that you can learn from it, but you can't make it change. Only you can be the change. Only you can take what you learn from it or what you observe and then take that into yourself to then, move the information, make changes, be the transformation. The more you try to treat this something as if it is the thing that then needs to change, as if it's a toy or a tool, ultimately you're just going to break it down and destroy it and make it harder to extract the information from it. So that's my message for you. Interesting. Right, so coral fossil, let's take a look at your mirror of recognition for your soul satisfaction. Here we have the cosmos. All right, so kind of as I was just saying, there there's a part of you that is super duper really in tune with this cosmos, with divinity, with the universe, with your consciousness. I see this stream and you are super tuned in with this Aquarian energy that has been so strong. And now, obviously, I just love that it's this Pisces season because it's just even amplified to the nth degree. And something else that's kind of coming in right now is just this reminder that you're going to see a lot of mirrors, a lot of patterns, and they're not all supposed to really do anything other than be the vastness. And so part of this is really to show you that you're being recognized for the karma that you're involved with, your own human form, and what you do with the energies that are influencing you at this time is part of the beauty of the cosmos. You are the cosmos, right? And there's this domino effect. And I like that there's this domino effect because I'm also seeing, we've got 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. 4 and 1 is 5, and 1 and 2 is 3. So we're just really starting to see these cascading numbers. But the one thing that is connected between these numbers is the 1. All right. And so there's something very much about what I was just kind of saying, and I want to remind this and reinforce this for you, is this sense of the number 1. Every number has 1 in it, at the essence. And one is the lonely number, and this is all coming back to you. So I just really want to take a moment and honor you, because it's not always easy. Especially when 1 is the entire cosmos, right? Who am I becomes a really critical question, and who am I not? And I think that that's something, especially with this karma coming up, is that for you to embrace the parts of your awareness that you are now capable of just letting be there without needing to necessarily physically mean something or do something. They're working themselves out at their own dimension. Let's leave it at that for you. Yes, so at this time, under this Virgo full moon, you're really getting to know the difference for you. And so here's this totem animal to positively influence your relationships and your role. Excellent. This is really what I'm hoping for you. Do you see this fat, happy piggy? Eyes shut, little Buddha smile, just so happy in the mud bath that it's made for itself. And, its nosy can smell all the sweet flowers around it. And with this being the Queen of Pentacles, I really want you to, just hold on, to your love, and hold on to your body, and even just, really recognize how sacred the pig is, how sacred your own, what do I want to say, your own wealth and your own fatness and your own heaviness. Really honor where you can rest in your life and where you give up that rest, but just come back to it. I really think that she is reminding you that you have so much more than you often feel because you're such a giver, You give your attention to so many places, and really there's this sense of just being able to lay down and let everything just kind of scoop you up and hold you. And at the same time, this is really showing others, for example, this is really showing any other creatures or, the people in your life that you trust, that you're provided for, that you are someone that they can also just sit down and take a break with. That's a really nice feeling, and it's definitely a really good feeling to experience some earthy groundedness right now with all of this excitement, with all of this turbulence, with all of this inspiration that is coming in, but it's also kind of creating, it's apt for dreams right now and confusion. But certainly now that Mercury is direct, there's going to be some obvious directions and clarity coming about, and decisions will be able to be made. But trust. So beautiful. All right, again, this is your time to be strong. Sekhmet is your archetypal muscle for you to flex when you feel like you're losing it, or when you don't feel like it's enough, or if you feel you've gotten too airy, you're too in your head, you're exhausted, or you're too burdened. I want you to remember, hey, sit down, keep your eyes open and meditate. Keep your eyes open and meditate. And keep your eyes open, and I want you to remember, what are you keeping your eyes open to? How much do you take in through your eyes? It's exhausting. Shut them. So first, when you're really super exhausted, I think that's really just it, is sit yourself down and keep your eyes open and honor and recognize, holy crap. Holy crap. Blah, 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 blah. Let's be cute here, So yeah, really honor your strength. You are stronger than you think you are. And your own strength to also just, stop it, whatever it is, but your ability to push the brake on anything, and to also be that brake pedal for other people and say, hey, it's all right. It's all right. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to break it. We're just going to slow down. This is really good. Nevertheless, I want to show you the crystal that is here to unconditionally support you at this time. Here I am. To me, this is who I am, and here I am for you. So I'm going to honor this moment with you with Sarahmony. This crystal, so if you can really embrace some green, if you don't have this particular mineral, this crystal, this beautiful, gorgeous crystal connected to your heart as well as your third eye. This is really just the seat of your own deep inner honesty, the integration of your spiritual awareness, but as well as your earth consciousness. True integration, it's honesty. And I want you to just, to me, that's really what I was saying, is just keep your eyes open. You are strong. You don't need to shut them. You don't need to go be black or white. Like, my eyes are open and then, oh, I was wrong, so I'm shutting them. No, that's helpful. You are stronger. And I'm just grateful to acknowledge that and to remind you of this, that you are so strong. You're capable of seeing the truth and sitting right in front of it without even having to do anything. Let it show itself to you. Let it show itself to you. Let the universe show itself to you, and then let your aliveness be the honest to God truth and the difference that starts dancing into life again. All right, beautiful coral fossil, I wish you the sweetest of dreams, and just rest in peace. Rest in peace and keep your pieces intact. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time for you. Beautiful time for you. And thank you so much for what you are bringing about. May you have all the blessings, health, and happiness at this time. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you've been posting on these videos. I'm really excited to see where we're going and to make these connections with you. As I tune into you, Driftwood, I am sensing a deep emotion that I personally am experiencing as something really deep in the heart. something very deep that has to do with inner beauty. Definitely not aesthetic beauty, but the truth of beauty. There's a sense of what is beautiful to you and sacred to you. And it's as if there's this knowing that you're vulnerable, that you are vulnerable, and you have this connection to something that is you, your essence, that is authentic, innocent, and pure. Your integrity. Your integrity, is very beautiful, sacred, and precious. And it's as if you're realizing that you are the one that can cherish this part of your awareness. And that you're living in a reality, or you have lived in a time where you recognize the influence in consciousness and in humanity or whatever to, take this beauty and turn it into something else, where you take it and you diminish it by selling it to someone for something that it could never be worth. So there's just that for you. That's what came through right now. I imagine that there's something that might mean something to you about certain things are not for sale. Certain things can't be, certain things aren't. So let's see what we have for you by looking into this full moon recognition for your soul satisfaction. Sweet Driftwood. We are going to take a look at the Metal King. So right away, I'm sort of noticing, metal and wood do not, there's no fairness, okay? Unless metal and wood get teamed up specifically to create a new tool. Otherwise, it's not fair. Wood yields to the metal cuts through the wood and changes it forever. And so why are we seeing this here? Well, what I'm seeing is that you really are in a position to protect your integrity. We're going to leave it at that and see what comes through. You're in a position to protect your integrity. Only you know what that is. So good job. Don't back down. Of course, you can always perfect your skill. You can always perfect your own, even just your integrity, your self-confidence, and exuding this sense of truth so that people respect it instead of feel like it's coming from an energy of needing to prove yourself or prove the value, right? So, all right, moving along, I want to show you the aspect of your soul that is growing. The aspect of your soul that is growing is diversity. All right, beautiful. This part of yourself that is connected to and makes up the whole, you're one star in the entire cosmos. But then again, you're also an entire cosmos. Able to see the difference in each little star. You're also able to understand that these systems are living. They're changing at all times. This one, as well as even just one star, is always has its own personality, has its own fluctuations. It's burning its energy. It's fuel. It's casting light. And the diversity that this offers is the perspective alone is plenty. And there's this ability to blend. You know the difference. That's part of this. You know the difference between keeping these two separate and really honoring the relationship that these two beings or entities must have in being what they are. You know, a star is not necessarily a solar system or galaxy. The galaxy is not just a star. They look the same when you look at them through different lenses. And that's fine. That's how we can blend, right? That's how you do blend. And you understand the difference. So let's take a look at your totem animal here to positively influence your relationships at this time. Here we have the Page of Swords. Beautiful. I'm seeing we have a sword, here, and we have a sword here. And look at how they're both in the same, they're literally even in the same line. Do you see this? And they're in the same position on the card even. Do you see this? They're over here. What does this mean to you? What is it with this animal that, here we have the Roadrunner. What do you think of the Roadrunner? Roadrunners, the thing that I think about is, what is it that, that coyote, that silly coyote that's always chasing the Roadrunner. And the coyote thinks it's so wise and smart, it's going to outsmart the Roadrunner, but somehow the Roadrunner is just, it's so fast and quick, and it does the funniest things, and it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't have a big old fortress, but it zips around and it relies on its ability to just outstep or outpace the coyote at every turn. But it isn't without, going over its own cliffs and dealing with that, that ends up stopping the coyote from getting it, right? And the Page of Swords has a lot to do with communication and thinking. And so there's this sense of readiness to just be ready on your feet to say the next thing that you need to say, to speak your truth, to defend your purpose or your boundaries, and to try to take a stab at making a change. I love how the Roadrunner is going right towards this diversity card. And I love how it's kind of like looking up right between these two. So let's take a look even deeper then for you and really see, what is the archetypal muscle, this metal? What is this metal and this armor? What are these boundaries that you can flex, that you can use as your sword, as your mind? Here we have mauve. Wow, gorgeous. Let's do this. Here we have mauve. And mauve is this wonderful, incredible, wow, it was just like the winter goddess. And mauve is, she's a lady that I've really always enjoyed from my childhood, reading stories about her and different fairies. But, these are the Northern Lights, and she's dancing on top of this gorgeous ice lake. And isn't that another boundary? Look at how she has her wand and she's holding it and she's using it. It's very similar to balance, not to fight, right? But it's this tool, like I said, there's this tool that we use to balance, to be in position and to be in relationship. There's a different way of using things. It's very interesting how all of these tools are all pointed down and the handle is up at the top. So remember, we're keeping this wood then up at the top of our mind. We're keeping this as what we're handling. This is what we are connected to. And we're only using this metal to create the balance, to create the boundaries, and to point the direction, and also to keep the outside in right relationship. So honor your cycles and rhythms. Recognize that now is a time that is not always, it's not always this way. It's just right now. Finally, I want to show you this crystal. This is the crystal that is here to unconditionally support you. Lots of this beautiful mauve energy. Here we have the third eye and the crown. All right, this is all about your higher knowing. Beautiful. Similar to what I was just saying, there's this higher knowing, and it's up here with the handle. It's up here with where you're keeping your connection. I love how we're seeing this metal king just kind of like lifting up onto this. There's some kind of a platform here, just gaining a higher awareness and looking out, not showing everything. There's a sense of inner, like her eyes are kind of shuttish, like a little bit. There's a lot of darkness here. And so for me, what I'm really seeing is that you have the ability to trust in your cycles and rhythms. You have the ability to trust that this diversity you're experiencing, or this vulnerability that I was telling you about, this vulnerability is actually just really to put you into touch with the truth, with your cycles and rhythm, with your own inner diversity, with honoring the fact that sometimes you need to separate parts of yourself to give them your attention. Or even to separate the parts of yourself that are the shadow parts of yourself, where you used to perhaps even hurt yourself or take advantage of yourself in ways that you needed to at a time long ago when you weren't in the place that you are at now. But here you are now, and the time has come for you to change your relationship, to be in relationship with more love and beauty and trust for yourself, and trust in your integrity, that your integrity is enough for you to be in harmony with your body, your energy level, and your emotions. Let's just keep that there. All of the things that you do, all of the things that you try, and all the things that you tell yourself have a lot to do with how you're going to feel and the emotions you experience. So it's okay for you to change your mind, to remember who you really are, and to trust that this level of sensitivity is your strength and your beauty and your direction. All right. Driftwood, it's an honor for me to give you this monthly reading for your soul satisfaction. Take that deep breath and let it out. Many blessings to you and your loved ones at this time. Stand your ground, dance a little, keep your move, keep your balance, and enjoy connecting to your higher spirit. To this Piscean season where lots of things are coming into perspective and shifting and shaping. Reminding you to redream a dream so that you can start all over again. All right, much love to you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you've been posting on these videos. I'm really excited to see where we're going and to make these connections with you.